What's up, people? Tyler, Weekly Metal Reviews here with a album review. This time I'm going to be talking about Broken Hope's new album, Omen of Disease, that came out October 8th on Century Media Records. This is their sixth full length. This is their first album since 1999. Holy shit. And they have a new vocalist, Damian Lesky, who was in Gorgasm. So, you know, this is a pretty big name to come back to death metal that, you know, used to be back in the day and helped really pioneer such things such as brutal death metal, which I think is just the best thing to describe this band is brutal death metal. So yeah, I'm here to talk about this, and I apologize that the lighting's a little bit dark. My fucking light that's right above me for my ceiling blew out last night, and I haven't fixed it yet. Sorry. I'm a lazy fuck. But anyway, let's talk about some fucking death metal, because I haven't talked about fucking death metal in a long time, it seems like. So yeah, this album starts off with a very cool intro. I felt it really fit the album. It really fit the mood of the entire album. And it busts into Wombs of Horror. Holy fuck! That opening riff to that song is just amazing. And it's so, like, catchy, and it just makes you want to headbang the entire time. Actually, let me rephrase that. This whole album makes you want to headbang the entire time. This album is just, it's so relentless. It just kicks your ass the entire time. It is so heavy as fucking shit, and I loved it. I have been listening to a lot more of, more progressive metal and more, traditional and more classic styles of metal, like Megadeth, Iron Maiden, that stuff. I've been listening to a lot more of that recently. I haven't been listening to too much death metal. I always go through phases where I listen to this genre a lot, and then this genre a lot for some reason. I don't ask why. So this was really nice to just pop this on and just get some really fucking sheer brutality, and that I haven't experienced for a while. It's almost kind of refreshing to me, at least. This album is just, it's very quick. It's very short. I believe it is only 36 minutes long. And that I feel that length just suits this album perfectly. If this album would have been much longer, it would have just been, it would have drug on too long. And I think the shorter this album is, kind of the better. I just feel this is a perfect length, about 30 to 35, 36 minutes. Is a good length for a death metal album, because sometimes it can just be too much. In my personal opinion, Aeon's recent release, Aeon's Black, it's just way too long. I think it's like 15 tracks, and it's just way too much for a death metal album, in my personal opinion. And I love death metal. Death metal is great, but I feel that the length of this album really fits it. Now, when it comes to the guitars, these guitars are top fucking notch. They seriously are. They take, of course, Broken Hope is an old school death metal band, and they still have that old school vibe going on with the riffs. But I felt like there was a little bit of newer styles of death metal incorporated on this. A couple moments reminded me of, recent Cattle Decapitation. Now, I know Cattle Decapitation probably took influence from Broken Hope, and without Broken Hope or something, Cattle Decap wouldn't be around. But I just got those type of vibes, if you understand what I'm saying. But this is mostly old school, and I love old school styles of death metal. It's seriously great. And it put a smile on my face. And one thing I think is great about this album is you'll really enjoy listening to it. You won't have to force yourself through it. It won't go to the background. It'll keep your interest the entire time, and you'll really have fun listening to it, which I haven't experienced with a death metal album probably since Immolation's recent album, which is probably my favorite death metal album of the year. So that's just great. And like I said, the guitars just have these amazing riffs. And riffs are, in my opinion, the greatest thing about death metal. Is just riffs are everywhere. and I love them. Some of them are catchy, some of them are very just they just make you want to fucking headbang and just destroy something. I loved it. And there when I like some of the slower slam moments on here. Like there isn't like slams like Devourment or Defeated Sanity or something like that. But when they slow it down a little bit and they just get really chunky and heavy, I love those type of moments. Damian Lesky on vocals, holy shit, he is a monster. Insane vocals, just so fucking brutal. And I just, seriously, I dug the shit out of these vocals. And I think when it comes to, brutal death metal vocals, these are some of the best that I think I've ever heard. These are seriously some great vocals. Very, how should I put this? Gore-infested lyrics, if you know what I'm talking about. And just adding to the brutality and getting back to what Broken Hope was back in the day. And I really enjoyed it. So Damian Lesky puts on a hell of a performance with this album, and I really enjoyed it. The drumming is top-notch, as drumming always is in death metal. I've said that a couple times before. Drumming is just always fun and very engaging to listen to when it comes to death metal. So overall, I mean, this is a really solid album. I don't expect this to take Album of the Year or anything, but it is a very good addition to your album collection, your death metal collection, something like that. If you're looking to get into Broken Hope, I think this might be the most accessible record. In my mind, that's just my opinion. And the production, of course, is a step up from their older stuff. I mean, it's 2013, so that's kind of expected. Overall, I'd have to say some of my favorite tracks included Womb of Horrors, The Flesh Mechanic, the title track Omen of Disease, Predacious Poltergeist. Oh my gosh, I forgot to mention that. Some of the grooves on this album are fucking great. And it's like the first time when you listen to, say, Pantera or something, they have those great grooves going on. Or like Lamb of God or something, you're just like, yeah, this is groovy as shit, and you loved it. That's how I felt with some of the moments on this album. Amazing grooves going on. That song probably has the best ones in my mind. And, yeah, I mean, those are the songs that really stuck out to me. Not saying that the other ones are really bad. There's not too much that I can say that's bad about this album. It just doesn't hit me as like, oh my god, this is amazing. You know what I mean? But I'm going to give this album a solid 8.25 out of 10. Definitely check it out, pick it up, support Broken Hope, support death metal, especially the underground stuff, because there's just some great stuff there. And so I'll see you around. Thanks for watching.